think your lucky stars you got a mother who loves you.
Get trusted. Beware of the hand when it's coming from the left. I ain't tripping. Just watch your step. Get trusted.
If you want people to see you as you gotta let them know who you are.
Get trusted.
Famous last words.
All right. Hey, everybody. My name is Najir from Big Go Belt Media. Sascha and Patina, it's always a pleasure to talk to you both. And once again, congratulations on another successful season of Raising Kanan. How you two doing?
Good. Thank you. Good to see you. Hear you.
Good to see you and hear you too. Yeah, I'm remote today. I'll make sure I can get some camera in there just in case you need to. But listen, Sascha, let's get right to business real quick. It's no secret. Anybody who knows you and has spoken to you, whether in interviews or any other mediums, know how passionate you are about your project. But there's something in someone else that you're even more passionate about. And that's always been Patina. It's always been about her work. And 3 weeks ago, you went public on your social media expressing your frustrations. I just wanted to open up the platform just to give a moment for you to give her flowers and just talk about how much she's meant to you, how much she's meant to this show. And I can even say as a fan, how much she's meant in terms of just her work, her performance, bringing this character Rock to life, and just an elegance in everything that she does. But just for you, because, you know, truly without Patina, man, what could you do in terms of the success with this show? So I just wanted to open it up for you.
Well, first off, thank you for that. And thank you for talking to us. I mean, look, in many respects, Jerry, I'm saying the most obvious thing that's ever been said, which is, in my opinion, Patina is the best actress working in our business right now. And, you know, we are so blessed with the acting talent we have on this show, but it does all start from the top, and Patina is the top. And what I would say to you, and anyone who works in this business knows that, and in fact, there was this Apple documentary that just came out called Number One on the Call Sheet, right?
Yes, sir.
Whoever's number one on the call sheet, it does trickle down to everyone else. So if you have someone who's number one on the call sheet who is putting in the work and cares and wants to put their best work on film, that translates to everyone else on the project, including the writers, including the crew, including everybody. And Patina is that person. So there's a work ethic. And then there's just talent. You know what I mean? And Patina is, again, in my opinion, I mean, the most talented actress who's working right now. Certainly one of the most talented people I've ever come across in any capacity in my professional life. And so, yeah, I've been frustrated because I don't think she has gotten, frankly, the acknowledgement that I think she deserves. And, you know, there would be no Raising Kanan without her. And I would argue that the show would be, you know, nowhere near as compelling for its audience if she didn't play Rock. In fact, I can't. It's one of those things where it's like, can you imagine The Sopranos without James Gandolfini? No, you cannot. It's not The Sopranos.
Yeah.
So for me, can I imagine Raising Kanan without Patina Miller? Of course not. She has defined the series, the role, and I think to a certain extent, even the stories that we're telling. She has allowed us to do stuff we probably couldn't have done with someone else. So, yeah, I mean, look, I went public 3 weeks ago, but I've been saying this for 4 years. You know, this is not the first time I've said it. And I can tell you that, like, as a writer, you know, I have had no better collaborator than Patina in terms of talking through this stuff. But, you know, it's this incredible thing where I can sort of throw anything at her and she can, not only can she handle it, she can make it better. So again, when you do what we do for a living, or when I do for a living, you can't ask for more than that. So, you know, I'll keep screaming it until someone hears me.
That's right.
But I will say this, the fans do hear me.
Yeah.
You hear me, you know?
Yes, sir.
And you don't even need to hear me because you know. And the people who know, and everyone else, eventually they're going to get on board. You know, we did a panel discussion recently with Wendell Pearson. He talked about The Wire. No one thought The Wire was anything until after The Wire was off the air. And then all of a sudden it's one of the greatest television series ever made.
Yes, sir.
I don't want to wait that long, but if we have to, we have to. You know?
Patina,
there it is.
But then you just had to know this, man. I'm sure he said it to you so many times, but I just wanted to make sure we open up the platform.
My God. What I will say is Sascha has never let a moment go without pouring into me, telling me how proud he was throughout this entire thing. So while I am so happy you gave him the platform for him to give me my flowers, he has literally poured into me and given me that every season,
That's my guy.
checking in on me. That's the reason that I have been able to do the work that I do. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
having someone, behind you and rooting for you. You want to do your best work for you
yeah.
and for him and for everyone involved. And so it's been a situation that I have just I don't know how I fell into it, but it is such a blessing to have been able to play this character and work with Sasha and the incredible team at Raising Kanan for the past 4 years.
Let me get two other questions in really, really quickly for the sake of time. Patina, so that basically means we'll see you back season 5, right?
Well, I will tell you that it's the power universe, so you
So
you
yes,
you never
we
know.
will.
I will say that her presence will be felt. We don't know how that will look, but you can't go 4 seasons, with a powerful character like Raquel and just have her forgotten about for the 5th season. So in some way or the other, her presence will be felt. But it's been the pleasure and honor of a lifetime to take on this role and to do all of the things that I could have ever imagined wanting to do with the character, to be able to explore her humanity, her flaws, all of those things, and make friends while doing it. And, be a
Yeah.
part of this universe has been incredible.
This Sasha, Jalen Brunson and the Knicks can't win. The Knicks can't win without Jalen Brunson. So you can't win without Patina Miller. That's all I'm gonna say. But listen, final question here. I know you had to see his work on Wu-Tang Assassin. I know you're like, thank God I finally revealed him because I'm tired of people beating me across the head with the theories. But Breeze has finally appeared. Shamik Moore, fantastic addition to the cast, fantastic performer, actor. As I mentioned, this work with Wu Tang as Raekwon. I'm sure you had to imagine that being a no brainer that you needed a part of the show. Really quickly for my last question, I want to know how much more Breeze do we see in Raising Kanan, or are we going to see him in the other spinoffs, such as Origins or anything else that you might be willing up, since we know more is coming down the line, and then ultimately recruiting him and having him part of the family now going forward?
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know that I've ever sweat casting more than I did for this particular role because, he's it's there's been so much speculation. And so, and I know I was saying earlier, I know that no matter who we cast, we're gonna get big reactions either way, right? Like
Yeah,
that's there's no question. So I expect that and I look forward to it. It was we always felt, well, first off, to answer your question, Breeze will absolutely be a character that we continue to track, will be a part of our story that we're telling. Um, but, in terms of how we came to Shamik, I mean, look, Breeze has always been described as like incredibly charismatic, likable, sort of a guy that you really sort of, gravitate toward. And
yeah,
I feel like, and I've always felt like Shamik has that inherent to him as an actor and as a person, from the first time I saw him in Dope
yeah.
to
It's my
like
movie.
playing, yeah, to playing Raekwon, even the stuff he does in Spider-Man, while he's not on screen, he is that guy. And yet there also is a subtle hard edge to him that you can lean into. And so he just felt like, it was an opportunity that presented itself. I had always felt like he would be and I'm not lying, he was the top of my list. He was literally number one on my list. And so, once we were able to make things sort of align, we pulled the trigger and here we are. So I'm excited. I'm excited for everyone to see what we do with the character, but also I'm excited for them to see what Shamik can do.
That sounds good to me. Well, as always, I'm here supporting Sasha. I always appreciate the time, and Patina, absolutely everything as Sasha has said. I just want to make sure I say it too. I'm beyond grateful to seeing you captivating our screens for 4 seasons, because you'll definitely be back for the 5th, because there's no other way that's going to have it. And if she's not, we blaming Sasha Penn for the reason the Knicks didn't win the championship, because you can't have Raising Kanan without Patina. You can't have the Knicks without Jalen. It's just what it is. I really
There it
appreciate the
is.
time, and congratulations for another
Thank you so
successful season.
much.
Thanks,
Absolutely. Thank
Bashir.
you.
Great seeing you, man. Thank
Absolutely.
you for
Great seeing you
everything.
all.